let's just get right to the
I
meat.
really have to pee.
Let's get right into the fucking... Alright, you go pee, and I'll hype the audience. This is the fucking thing. I actually have to pee, too. Shit. You know... Top 100 anime. Well, alright, I'll go right ahead. Actually, while she's pissing, I'm gonna remake the tiers. Fuck it, I'm gonna have to edit this. Alright, I've recreated the tier list. I believe that this is the top 100 highest rated anime on my anime list. That's what I think is going on. So, this is the ultimate list. We get to judge how bad the taste is of the general anime viewing public.
Fantastic. I've got to be honest here. Ever since we ranked Nino on the anime YouTuber list, I've had just his outro on White Nigga stuck in my head.
It's Nino.
And then, like, the fucking beeps. Dun, dun, dun.
Alright, well, Shirobako is God tier. One of my favorite anime. No question.
Beautiful.
Clannad After Story. I will... Okay, here's the thing. I don't like Clannad. This is not news. I would probably put the first season in low to mid tier. The second season, I only saw the first 5 episodes. It was better than the first season, from what I had seen. So I'm willing to believe that it's not bad. I'd probably think it was mid tier if I watched the whole show, which is, you know... Because I've broken this into a full tier list, we have more of a, like, you know, we have more of a range of options here.
Mm-hmm.
Though at the same time, I don't know, we'll find out
Put
later.
it in low tier.
Well, we'll put it in low, and
Yeah.
we'll find out if we need to raise it as time goes on. I think this is Owari Monogatari, which I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're putting that in.
I recognize the shape
the
thumbnail.
Haikyuu, mid tier. Overrated for sure. Pretty generic sports shonen. The production quality is really good, but you know, it's very basic. I don't care for it that much. Code Geass, I would put in high tier.
Me too.
I enjoy it. It's, you know, it's trashy, but in a good way. It's nothing incredible, but it has moments that will stick with you. And the moments that you forget about are the reasons that it's not any higher. Because when you go back and watch it again, you're like, oh yeah, this is also a high school anime. Like, nobody remembers that part. Spirited
Miyazaki
Away
is a god.
God tier. Amazing film, obviously. I don't think anybody's going to dispute that. Made in Abyss. I would put it in high tier.
Me too.
I was ultimately... You haven't even seen the whole thing.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
But
I'm going to reserve top tier for things that are almost god tier.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's almost god tier.
It had potential to be top tier or even god tier. The first couple episodes were just so impressive. And I was just... Like, I don't even think the rest of the series is bad in any way. It was just a letdown compared to the early episodes, in my opinion. And, I mean, if they ever make a second season, which could very well happen, or a continuation...
I think they are, because the 2 films are coming...
They're already
theaters,
out.
Right? They're already out?
Oh, I don't know if they're out in America, but
they're like recap films, so wouldn't that mean they're...
I have no idea.
Recapping it for a reason?
I am not going to make any assumptions like that. Well, they're recapping it for the reason of that they're going to make a shitload of money on the theater tickets. Because, like, recap movies traditionally is, you know, shows aren't always rerun all the time. And it's like people who missed out on the show but don't want to buy the DVDs can just go watch it in theaters,
but it's
you know.
Online.
Yeah, well, you know. Some people... just want to offer their support, you know.
Only Mike Toole.
Only
the
Mike Toole.
only guy in the theater.
Shitgatsu no Lion. I mean, not Shitgatsu. Shitgatsu wa Kimi no Uso is what I meant to say.
You're lying.
Sangatsu no Lion is amazing. Did you watch much of this or any of it?
No. It's cry porn. Why would I watch it?
Yeah, I watched the first episode and I hated it, so shit tier for that. The Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinji.
I haven't seen this either.
I put it in high tier. It's another one where much like Made in Abyss, the early episodes were really incredible. After that, I was a little let down, but it's still a good show. Probably one of the best productions that Dean has ever done. Cowboy Bebop, God tier, obviously. Yes. Cowboy Bebop would almost be God tier on the strength of the soundtrack alone. Like as soon as I think Cowboy Bebop, a bunch of songs like rush into my head that I love, and images that are incredible. Like audio visually, it is like a landmark, for TV anime.
Indeed.
But it also is awesome in every other conceivable way. So yeah. Mushishi. I never actually finished the first season of Mushishi, but I do enjoy it. I'd probably put it in high tier. It's good for just aesthetic experience. It's not exciting. It's very slow, very contemplative, but it's beautiful. So it's a nice time. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'd put it in high tier as well. It's maybe even top tier.
I'd put it in top tier.
Have you seen it?
I've seen a lot of it. Never seen it in its entirety.
Yeah, let's go for it. Why not? I don't, I'm not going to pretend like I didn't love the show when I watched it. It's one of those things where when I look back on it, it's a lot less impressive than I remember. Like, I had to scroll through some episodes for footage at some times and then realized that, like, just the directing was just way more stale than I had remembered. It definitely is a lot less good looking than the original Fullmetal Alchemist, but I mean the story is an epic sweeping. It's like the most complete epic story in anime, Hajime no Ippo. I have not seen enough of it to properly make this judgment, but I think it's probably pretty top tier.
Probably.
Great characters, just really entertaining, great soundtrack. It's hard not to get hype watching it. It has slow moments. It's still a shonen adaptation, but it is it's a really solid show.
JoJo me.
Which JoJo is this? Is this
Isn't
5?
That the latest?
I think
one?
This is part 5. Shit tier, obviously. Princess Mononoke, God tier. Absolutely God tier, no question. Samurai X, we just recently watched this together.
I'd put that top tier.
I would as well. Very moving story. It's
fucking
one of those
awesome fighting scenes.
It has the best deaths.
Yeah.
It has some of the best deaths in anime, and that was what resonated with me as a kid. Watching it as an adult, I think it's really interesting how it manages to tell like a historical, like political story in the background. Like it's a story that most people know about from if you know Japanese history at all, and they present it in a very like serious kind of way where I love the dialogue that none of it's ever, there's no exposition. It's all just, you can figure out what's going on. Well, there's some exposition, but it's not like trying to explain the situation to you. It's more about the characters and their emotions as they experience it, and the political stuff is just kind of in the background, but it's well done. I will say that some of the dialogue with like the villain in the final episode has always bothered me, just that the villain has to basically be established entirely in the last like 10 minutes. You have all these scenes of him just like monologuing to Tomoe. Little cheesy, but other than that, the artwork is so fucking stunning. The backgrounds in particular, just One Punch Man. I'd put it in high tier. It's very enjoyable. The early episodes in particular, I like the most. I think the thing about One Punch Man is that it starts off as just like a gag series, and then it starts to go into more serious arcs where it's mostly about watching a bunch of Randys fight, and then One Punch Man eventually shows up and ends it in one punch. I find it hard to care about all those extra characters. It's exactly the same as Mob Psycho in that regard. So yeah, but it doesn't reach as high of highs as Mob Psycho does. Wolf Children. You haven't seen it, right?
From what, like, the trailers and stuff, it looks awful.
I would put it in mid tier.
Like, it's laughable, almost.
It's, just because of all the furry shit.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a nightmare.
The animation is incredible at moments, and...
I'm not talking about the animation. I'm just talking about how it looks.
Do you think you would watch this movie? Because there's a scene
maybe for a commentary
early into this movie that I think you would really love.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've already told you about it.
Don't tell me again.
Okay, well, yeah, there's one scene
I'd
early
be
on
I'd be down to watch it. Just like
I think you'd like the movie at first, and then as it went on, you'd get bored of it,
Probably.
which is kind of what happened with me. I understand what people love about it, but it's just it's a little too Hallmark for my taste, a little too normcore. Promised Neverland.
the anime is fucking blows.
Yeah,
compared to the manga.
I feel nothing towards it. I'd put it in, I don't know what, low tier or shit tier. I mean, on this list, it's probably shit tier, right? All right. Which Fate is this? I think this is the 2015 Unlimited Blade Works show. I'm going to mark it as haven't seen, because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I saw episode 0, but I don't think I watched any of the actual show.
Great teacher Onizuka.
Oh, okay. So I've seen like 20 or so episodes of GTO. I'm going to put it in high tier. The main character, Onizuka, is a legend. He is absolutely like he belongs in the pantheon of great protagonists in anime. The show is about, he becomes a teacher, he has like the worst class, everyone's a problem student, and it's basically about him one by one helping these kids do their problems. Mm-hmm. Some of the stories are more interesting than others, all of them are a little more drawn out than they need to be, but when the show is funny, it is fucking hilarious. So, yeah, I'd put it in high tier. Howl's Moving Castle, have you seen that one?
No.
It's definitely one of the lesser Ghibli films. It's mostly, the biggest problem with it is the pacing. Like, it's one of those where like you can really feel that it was adapting a novel and having to cut a lot down, because it kind of feels like it's just going between random chapters and don't end up caring about the characters as much as I would like. I think I'd still consider it fairly high tier. It might be mid tier. I don't know. I have to rewatch it. I mean, I definitely like it more than Wolf Children and Haikyuu, so we're gonna put it in the high tier. Your Name.
Spicy. I'd put it in high tier.
I'd put it in high tier. It's a very enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
It's definitely Normo as shit. The first like 30 minutes, well, not the first 30 minutes, but like the whole part where they're doing the body switching arc is probably the most fun part. Mm-hmm. The ending bit where the like prolonged climax of them trying to save the town, I think is where it kind of loses me. But what the fuck is this? I can't even tell. What the hell is it?
Is that orange?
It can't be. Was orange that popular? It might be like Natsume Yujincho or something.
That might be right. I'm like really far from the screen. All I see is people and green.
No matter how close I get, I can't make out anything.
Look it up.
Look it up. I guess we'll go look at the Mal top anime. Let's see if we can find it.
Bucket up.
We also don't know when this list was made or if the rankings have changed at all. This definitely has to be okay, it's like the 6th season of Natsume Yujincho, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark it as haven't seen.
Right.
Gurren Lagann, I would put it in God tier. Absolutely a classic. Go watch Best Guy Ever's video.
Hell yeah.
Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Top tier.
It's a pretty fucking good movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. I definitely think it didn't need to be 2.5 or 2:45 or whatever it is, like hours long. It's like 2 hours and 45 minutes, and there's parts where it's like dialogue forever. They could have definitely cut some of that shit down, but I mean the hype moments are pretty hype.
Indeed.
It was a good way to make a fulfilling, dramatic like conclusion to Haruhi, which is why I think it hasn't needed another season, because it's like you're not gonna top it. Like,
yeah,
they're not gonna make anything.
We have to watch it again. It's been like 4 years since
we have to watch all of Haruhi again.
Yeah, we only watched an episode.
Yeah, no, we watched 2. We watched the first 2 episodes. Boku no Hero. I don't know what season this is.
Looks like the latest one, right?
Let's find out. I'm sure it's somewhere in the top. Boy. That was weird. Well, it doesn't even look like it's in.
Right there, it's 2nd season.
Oh wait, we're in the.
Scroll up.
That's right.
Scroll up. The 2nd season.
Second. Okay. I haven't seen any of the second season, so I'm not going to judge it. Monster, I've only seen the first 3 episodes of, so I'm going to consider that haven't seen. Death Note. As an anime, I think mid-tier.
Me too.
I think if it was the manga, I would put it in high tier. It obviously has issues, particularly after L dies. It's not really interesting anymore. The story has, all throughout it has like kind of cheesy twists and turns. Like I think that Death Note's one of those shows where just the setup is so good, and that's like the main appeal. And the anime version has some advantages in that there are some hype moments, but like the moment to moment of the show, it doesn't look very good, and it's not very fun to watch. I don't think it captured the comedy of the... Similarly, Bakuman, which is my favorite manga, the anime adaptation, I've only seen the first episode, but it had nothing of what I like from the manga. Like, it just didn't have the feel. The feel, the music, and the way the characters looked and talked just didn't communicate what I wanted it to. I've heard it gets better in the later seasons, but I also feel like if you watched that far, you might not have been as bothered as I was. I'm going to mark it as haven't seen, because I haven't seen enough of it to really make a judgment.
Shit tier.
Yeah, fucking I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Shit tier.
Honestly, it's so bad that I feel like everything else down here might have to get moved up. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas is fucking awful. I can't believe it has such a high score. I think that might be some element of recency bias in that.
Indeed.
This is Modao Zushi. Apparently that's in the top 100. I would put it in high tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible artwork. Incredible action scenes. The story gets really fucking crazy in the last few episodes.
Fun characters.
Yeah. The midsection of the show is a little hit or miss. It's losing my attention sometimes. But, the beginning and ending are great, and I look forward to the second season. Oh, A Place Further Than the Universe.
We haven't seen enough of it.
I've seen the first 3. I'd put it in low tier.
Yeah.
Well, maybe mid. It probably deserves to be... I don't know. I feel pretty much the same way about it as I do about Clannad.
Yeah.
Like, it's very similar in feel.
I wouldn't put it in mid tier.
Steins Gate, God tier.
You want to put it in God tier?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I would say top tier.
Yeah, I would say it's God tier.
I'm okay with God tier. It's like a high top for me.
I definitely like it more than these.
It's like a demigod.
It's slightly below the ones that are in there so far, and slightly above the ones that are below it. But I would put it in God tier because it's so iconic to me. I really love the fucking characters in Steins Gate. So that keeps it pretty high up for me. Ass Class, I think this is season 2. I haven't seen enough of it to... how much have you seen of Ass Class?
None of it.
Okay, well, I haven't seen it.
The OP.
Ping Pong, I would put in top tier. Fucking super fun to watch, super exciting. One of the best portrayal... Like, a lot of sports anime have the narrative of, like, talent versus effort, basically. Mm-hmm. None of them do it better than Ping Pong. It is the ultimate... talent versus effort story, and that is not put in your face. It is subtextual. It's obvious, but it's subtextual. Sainan, I put this in mid-tier. I've only seen some of it. It's a pretty good gag comedy. It had moments that made me laugh, episodes that fell flat. I felt like if I kept watching it, I would probably feel the same way the whole way. I don't know. It could potentially be high tier if it had enough funny shit, but I think I watched like 10 or 15 episodes and it didn't leave that much of an impact on me. The Tatami Galaxy. For me, this is high tier. I think you would probably put it in top tier, but you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
We have to watch it sometime, and maybe I'll amend my opinion. Maybe I'll raise it up, because it's definitely a show that I didn't expect where it was going to go. Because I had seen the first couple episodes years before I watched the rest, and it kind of has like 3 distinct arcs in a way, where it starts off doing like, it seems like it's an episodic show that does kind of the same thing every episode, but then that stops being the case, and so you're like, oh, this isn't quite what I thought it was going to be. I like it, but not as much as most people do. I give it like an 8 out of 10. Ashita no Joe. Haven't seen it. Is this No Game No Life?
Yeah.
Definitely top tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Just slightly below Steins Gate and that stuff. But I mean, if you've seen my video about why it's good, you already know why it's good. It is No Game No Life, right? Yeah, definitely.
I can see Shiro.
Violet
I can
Evergarden.
make out her 4.
Violet Evergarden.
Low tier.
Yeah. We watched, 3 episodes? Like, we really forced ourselves. Nothing grabbed me. Nothing jumped out at me. I appreciated the character designs and the animation, but... Dororo has we've only seen the first 2 episodes, and it's not even over yet, so I'm going to mark it as haven't seen. Pingu in the City.
You've seen an episode of it, and it was good.
It was alright.
I liked it.
I probably would...
Mid-tier?
Based on the first episode, I'd put it in mid-tier. That's all I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Is it safer to mark it as haven't seen, or do you think it would probably just be around the same?
Yeah, I mean it's like one-off stories. We know what it's about.
Yeah. I think this is the final season of Aria, which I haven't seen yet. So marking that there. Gintama is God tier. Gintaman. I think you've seen maybe like an episode of it.
Yeah, just a one-off episode.
But I haven't seen Rainbow. My cousin Boyd's a fan of that show. It's about prison people in prison. I think it's about prison break, or at least just about life in prison.
Cool.
Fucking Kaguya-sama shit tier. Hated the first episode.
Really didn't like it.
Didn't like it. We both had this glowering scowl on our face the whole time.
Make it stop.
Erased.
Low tier.
Shit tier. Shit tier.
But the symbolism, red is dead.
Red is dead. It erased. Oh my god. I did not like anything about that show.
You didn't like the OP?
No, I didn't like the OP.
By Asian Kung Fu.
I don't like Asian Kung Fu Generation.
Good.
That show, I from the first episode thought it sucked, said a bunch of things about why I thought it sucked. Everybody was like, "Oh, you're crazy, man. It's so good." And it had it was like number 10 on Mal until the ending, and then a lot of people didn't like it anymore. This was
like the first, I think, Reddit core show.
It definitely is the first one that was like that big.
Yeah.
I think Erased and then ReZero were like the 2 ultimate.
Yeah.
Well, I think even before that, Your Lie in April is also extremely rare.
I mean, I didn't get into anime again until Erased came out, watching it seasonally. So
Your Lie in April was 2014, and that was definitely Reddit core. Ghost in the Shell standalone complex second
top
gig.
tier.
I put it in God tier. I
haven't seen
Ghost
it in
the Shell,
a very long time.
Complex. Me neither. Not since my video back in 2014, but if it's second gig, I might put it in top. I like the first season slightly more. I gave them both a 10 out of 10 on Mal, but the first season has more interesting thoughts and concepts. The second season has a more gripping story, but I don't value that as much as I did the more gripping concepts in the first season. So ultimately, I would say the first season was better. But it's, it's marginal. So I'll put the first season up there if it shows up in this list. Grave of the Fireflies. I consider it high tier. I did not like this movie.
I would put it in top tier.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Compared to what else? Well, for me, it's high tier.
Okay. I can understand why you...
Because the thing is that I had seen the movie several times, and I had never liked it at all until when we watched it for Ghibli Cast, and I liked it just because of the symbolism. When I realized how much of it was metaphorical, how much it was of, what the theme really was at the core about, the loss of identity of the Japanese people. How it wasn't just a story about 2 kids dying, it was the story about a generation dying.
And it's
that
really
was when
something
it
that can
clicked.
only be presented in art. And
right.
There's so much passion behind that message, and, I just think it's fantastic.
So it's a movie I greatly appreciate, but, I don't enjoy watching it. you know?
No.
And not just because of the darkness of the subject matter, but also that I just don't think it's like that entertaining or engaging of a movie. It's more of like a, wow, this says something meaningful. That's cool, you know? Slam Dunk I have not seen. Space Brothers I also have only seen the first episode. I can't make any judgments about it. What the fuck is this?
It's a girl?
Alright, we're gonna have to go back to this. Figure out the fuck this is. White dress girl.
It's probably something recent, honestly.
White dress girl, demo uga kenayo. Something. Who the fuck is this white dress girl? Everything else is using just the picture that's on Mal's, like the number one picture.
Maybe it's just on the next page. Maybe it'll be on the top of the next page.
Maybe it got kicked.
Because I feel like it's probably something recent, right?
I have no fucking idea. Kawaki. It's a music video? How have I not seen... Should we just watch it right now?
Yeah.
Here, live?
Let's do it.
Alright. I might have to edit this out because it might be copyright. But we're gonna... I've never seen a music video with that fucking high of a score on Mal. So... Hopefully this isn't just the exact same thing as... what was the other one? Shelter? Which I thought was just okay.
Yeah.
This is only from 3 months ago. That's why I haven't seen
let's
it.
check it out.
22 million views.
Let's check it out. Alright,
Okay, well, that was utterly worthless.
that was, like, not even good enough to be an anime OP. There was nothing happening.
The actual OP was probably better. Because this, I believe this...
It's
this is the Domestic Kanojo OP, which is a great song. It was better as the OP of the show.
Yeah.
The OP was better than this music video. Oh, shit, I spoiled my script. Yeah,
you're gonna have to, like, put something on the screen.
Oh, no, I don't want to... Well, I guess I'm editing this section anyway, so...
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was shit tier. The music is great, but that is not what you scored this based on.
That was barely animation. It was, like, walk cycles and, like, stills, like...
Yeah, no, that sucked.
That fucking sucked.
So I think this is
my money back.
I believe this is Run with the Wind.
Yeah, it is.
Probably mid-tier.
Yeah, that's fine.
I enjoyed the first few episodes enough, but just didn't think there was any need to continue. One Piece.
The anime.
One Piece as an anime, mid-tier.
Indeed, I agree.
Just too much animation goof. And, like, the later seasons, from what I've heard, I obviously haven't made it this far, it gets to a point where it adapts one chapter an episode, and the episodes are technically only 16 minutes because of all the recap that they pad it with, and the extended intro and outro. And even still, 16 minutes is too long for a 20-page chapter.
I dated this guy in college for a little bit who, like, he was trying to give me as an assignment to watch all of One Piece over winter break.
No, thank you. Over winter break, you'd have to be marathoning it all day,
he was like,
every
well,
day.
if you cut out the OP and ED and, like, the recaps, you can do it. And also, this was, like, 4 years ago, so there was
700 or 800 episodes is how much there was. I think it's over 1,000 now, probably. Anyway, Hunter x Hunter 2011, I consider God tier, particularly the Chimera Ant arc. That's what took it up to a 10 for me. If not for that, it would be top tier. But
it's Makia.
We didn't even finish this movie, so I would say that's shit tier. If we can't even make it to a fucking movie.
Probably.
Your Lie in April. I mean, not Your Lie in April. Fucking the ghost one. Menma. What do you score the Menma show? Because I only watched the first episode, and I can't give an honest score.
I watched the whole thing. It was pretty cry-porny. The ghost girl's pretty cute.
Menma.
Characters kind of suck.
That was the impression I got, which is why I did not
finish it. If they were better written, more relatable.
Mario Kata can't write relatable characters.
The one problem with them is they're very one note. And, like, you don't even understand why they
and they're fucking
friends.
Just over-dramatic assholes.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably say low tier.
Okay. Even though when I met you, it was in, like, your top... It was like you gave it, like, a 9 on Mal, I think.
Maybe mid-tier. But, like... Okay. I'm a fucking poser, aren't I? I need to commit seppuku. It's hard because I watched the show right after I dropped out of college, and like watching anime really became more of a passion than just like something that I was doing to entertain myself. And I was getting really into like the otaku like culture, and I was really into like the discussion around shows.
Yeah.
And I had seen that the show was highly rated and that it was kind of a tearjerker, and I was in kind of a moment where I wasn't really able to express in a way that I felt was constructive my feelings out of kind of dropping out of college, and kind of watching a cry porn show helped me feel human. If that makes any sense to anybody out there.
It makes total sense to me.
And
I think that's why people like cry porn shows.
Yeah.
Is that you feel emotion, and it makes you feel like you have a solidarity with humanity because you felt a thing.
And like all I had been watching around that time had been seasonal stuff, and I liked it a lot more than the stuff that I was watching just for the sake of watching seasonal anime. And I do think it's a good looking show with pretty stellar character designs. It's probably a better A1 show than most. It's a cut above the rest.
I mean, it's directed by Tatsuyuki Nagai, who I think is generally pretty good.
I mean, even though I don't like the characters, I kind of, I shipped the ghost girl and the boy. Like, I liked that about it because I'm trash. But yeah, I think thinking about it again, like, mid-tier is fine. Like, it delivers on what it is.
Yeah.
I
think
no interest in me watching it.
I mean, when I got into anime in a bigger way, when I started watching fan sub shows, I was like real into Air and Canon because like same reasons. It was like I've never seen a show that makes me emotional like this before. So it was like a very new experience to be like, wow, I was moved to tears by like a human drama. Looking back on them, I mean, I haven't rewatched Air in a long time, but I rewatched like 8 episodes of Canon, and I was like, all right, this is a fucking 5. Like, this is definitely mid to low tier at best,
Yeah.
So I would definitely say Anohana's better than Canon, so I think it deserves to be in mid tier.
And Violet Evergarden. I'm sorry that I was trying to be cool and put it in low tier. Everybody knows that I fucking want to, appease the gods of 4chan.
Yeah. I still haven't seen this fucking Hotarubi no Morie movie. Is this like a season of Major or something?
It looks like some baseball shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. What is this? This looks unfamiliar. Let's go find out what it is. Hopefully it's better than this. I gotta mark this on Mal.
You didn't even finish it.
Well, I've heard the song before.
I know.
It sucked. I want to lower its score because it definitely doesn't deserve to be so high. I mean, clearly it's dropped since the high. Like,
yeah, I mean,
it only came out 3 months ago. So I
probably heard about it only heard about it because they liked the song, and because they liked the song.
And it had 22 million views on YouTube. So, probably when it came out, it was really hype, and that was, like, around when this tier list was made, Alright, we gotta figure out what the hell that one show was we were looking at. The orange and the yellow. It looked like some kind of shoujo-y thing. Oh, boy. I'm dying.
I could, taste that myself. I feel disgusted. I mean, I couldn't physically taste it, but,
It's fallen to 101. It's season 2 of Kami-sama Hajime Mashite. I've never seen any of this show. I don't know anything about it. It came out during the time when I was in pony fandom. So, I don't know anything about it. Nichijou. I still haven't finished Nichijou, but what I've seen is extremely entertaining. I would put it in high tier for now. It could potentially... I know a lot of people fucking stan the shit out of Nichijou. People love that show. People are like, this is the funniest fucking thing ever. The animation's really incredible. Some of the jokes are definitely amazing. Some of them not so much. It doesn't, stay in my mind that easily, like the stuff I've seen from it. I think I've seen 11 episodes out of 26.
I want to watch it, so we'll probably we'll definitely have a second opinion.
Bunny Girl Senpai, shit tier. Absolutely. Reddit core bullshit. And by the way, when I say Reddit core. Like, I'm not shitting on it for being Reddit core. I just think it's really funny that there are these shows that I think are super bad that Reddit just loves. Like, I don't find out about it till afterwards, after I've already made up my mind, so it's not like I hear that Reddit likes a show and I dismiss it. There's plenty of shit Reddit likes that I love. I'm sure Reddit loves Hunter x Hunter, you know, but that's what I consider Reddit core, is these, like, really basic, really shitty shows that, like, have pretentious depth, and Reddit eats that shit up. Food Wars. I've only seen the first half of the first season. I think this is the first season. I do like it a lot. I would put it in high tier. One of the more entertaining shows.
I want to watch it.
Hellsing Ultimate. I've only seen the first episode. I would like to watch all of it. I would also love to read the whole manga. I'll put it in haven't seen. Parasite was a big letdown. It starts off strong. It starts to get kind of, I don't really care anymore. And about halfway, I dropped it. Everyone who finished it that I know said it, like, really went to shit. So I'm going to put it in low tier. It's unfortunate. Sad fate. Legend of the Galactic fucking Heroes. I've seen 28 episodes, and I know I haven't seen the meat of it. Like, the first 13 episodes are considered, like, the worst, because that's where the villains are kind of very one note and basic. It's mostly like despotic rulers who get overthrown.
Yeah.
And after that point, when, like, all of that is taken care of, that's when, like, the real serious players start moving. So I've seen, you know, a stretch of what is really good. So for me, I would probably put it in top tier. It's possible it's God tier. It's possible it's even less than top tier, because I've only seen 28 out of 115 fucking episodes. So, you know, we'll see in the future. Kuroko no Basket. I don't know which season this is. It might be season 3, which I never watched. Yeah, it looks like it is. And it also looks like it's not in the top 100 anymore. I'll mark it as haven't seen. I do like the first 2 seasons, but I never watched the third one. And I heard it wasn't nearly as good. Like, everybody seemed to think that it wasn't as good. It's weird that it was higher rated than the first 2, but sequels, that tends to happen with sequels. Usually every consecutive sequel is higher rated than the previous. Is this Eva?
Is it End of Eva? Yeah.
Yeah, it's End of Eva. Definitely God tier. Yeah. No question.
Yeah. I want to watch it every night before bed.
I know I've let you down. I've been a fool to myself. I don't know why it's down at 103. That's bull. You people have no taste.
You sound like Shinedown.
Samurai Champloo. I put it in high tier.
Yeah, or not even top tier?
No, it has a lot of mediocre episodes. That's the biggest problem with Samurai Champloo. Like, if you were to watch it through, there are certain episodes you'd be like, oh, it's this one. Like, yeah, skip that one. It's definitely not as good as, you know, Bebop or Space Dandy.
No, but those are god tier.
Even Space Dandy, it would be hard for me to pick God tier or top. It depends on the season, because Space Dandy Season 1 has more mediocre episodes in it. It definitely has some skippable ones that I probably wouldn't continually return to. I would even say that about Bebop. I think Bebop has a few episodes that, because I rewatched, like...
That's wrong.
We'll see how you feel if we rewatch the show, because, like, I was watching it at Jesse's house, and taking notes on it to try to make a top 100 moments in Cowboy Bebop video. And there were a couple episodes that I was like, that one was okay. You know, like Heavy Metal Queen, okay. I like the heavy metal. Not really memorable episode aside from the heavy metal. So, you know, I even think there would be potential of Bebop falling to top tier if I felt that way about enough episodes. But Samurai Champloo definitely has some episodes that are just full stop not worth rewatching. Like, I would rewatch every episode of Bebop at the very least. Samurai Champloo, when there's episodes like the one about the pickpocket kid, it is so generic, such a just boilerplate fucking story. Definitely skippable. The one where Jean falls in love with a prostitute is okay, pretty generic, boilerplate story. Animation's not always on point. And it also doesn't reach the same heights that Bebop or Space Dandy does. I mean, nowhere near the... Space Dandy's highest highs are the highest highs that there are. Cowboy Bebop's highest highs are some of the highest highs that there are. You know, Spike falling out of the cathedral window, fucking the Real Folk Blues, like, shit like that is why Bebop is god tier. Samurai Champloo has some really impressive fight scenes. I can't think of one moment in the show that is anywhere close to the level of, like, Spike falling out of the cathedral window.
Yeah, that is agreeable.
So, that's why I put it in high tier, not top. But it's, you know, it's still a really great show. Bunny Drop.
I haven't seen.
I do like it. I think I like it more than the other stuff that's in mid tier. I don't know if it's as good as the other stuff that's in high tier. This is like a really I'm going to put it in high tier. I think if you and I watched it, we would enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. It's pretty surprising that I haven't actually watched it.
Surprising that you haven't read the manga, because you're probably one of the 5 people who would absolutely love where it goes.
Oh no, don't.
Are you familiar? You're not familiar?
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
I know. Why are you outing me?
All right, which Kara no Kyokai is this?
Oh boy.
I think it's 7, right? That looks like the same picture.
Mm-hmm.
Kara no Kyokai number 7 is one of the best ones. I mean, really, with Kara no Kyokai, all you really need is 1, 5, and 7. 6 you can totally disregard. 4 is okay. 2 is fine. 3 is fine. 1, 5, and 7 are great. And 7 has the most emotional climax. The first half of it is a little slow. I'm going to put it in top tier. I like it. I'm a big fan of Kara no Kyokai.
Word up.
Oh boy, Nana. Nana definitely deserves high tier. It's a really good drama. It's just, you know, I guess I would call it like a slice of life drama. It's just basically following these characters through their lives and the shit that happens to them. Similar to Sangatsu no Lion, except that it's way more depressing. And it's really fucking hard to watch. It is not an easy thing to get through. I have never had the balls to watch it again. Incidentally, where is Sangatsu no Lion? I know it's one of the highest rated shows on Mal. I don't
think this has everything.
It has weirdly stuff that's not in the top 100.
Yeah, I don't think it has everything.
All right, well, we've got Cross Game, which I haven't seen. It's probably the most highly regarded anime adaptation of a Mitsuru Adachi. That's the same guy who made Mix, which we dropped like halfway through the first episode. I think this is Kingdom?
Probably. I
haven't seen any of Kingdom. Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't know if it's God or top. Alright, if I'm being completely honest with myself, it's top tier. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. I grew up with it. The characters mean a lot to me. Yusuke is an amazing protagonist who has a great arc. There's definitely a lot of episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho that are just kind of okay. I mean, it's 112 episodes long. That's kind of inevitable. The last arc isn't that strong. The first arc isn't that strong. The middle arcs are amazing, but, you know, there's enough bullshit in it that I can't say that it's as good as Hunter x Hunter. You know, I can't put it in that tier. Berserk, the anime. You haven't seen the anime, but you have read the whole manga. Are you caught up? Are you on current chapter?
I'm waiting for the hiatus to end because it's supposedly more is coming. Supposedly more is coming soon. So
Berserk should always just be regarded as on hiatus.
No, I mean, I know there's not going to be an ending, but like I look forward to the next chapter.
No, I just mean like the chapters come out so like there's never been a time where it was like, oh, Berserk is back in regular circulation.
When he's doing it, like they'll come out like bi-monthly.
Or like maybe 3 months in a row and then not again for a year or something. Yeah, whatever. The anime
usually do enough to like crank out like half a volume.
The anime is good. It's just not as good as the manga. And
I mean, that's a really high bar.
Inevitably that comparison's going to be drawn. I think I've seen the first 15 episodes of Berserk twice. and just somehow I've never gotten through the whole thing. But like the way the eclipse is presented, I have watched the eclipse and it's pretty sick. I would probably put it in high tier.
I've only seen it in AMVs.
I think it's pretty good.
And Guts' theme, which is on your phone that we hear in the car sometimes.
Oh yeah. I think this is Sangatsu no Lion actually. Yeah. That's Sangatsu. That's God tier.
God tier.
Absolutely God
tier.
I fucking love that show. Latest addition to my favorites list. Candidate for my favorite anime. It's definitely up there. What the fuck is this shit?
Is it Shield Bra?
No, I don't know what it is. It looks like it might be like Kuroshitsuji. I think it's one of the later seasons of Kuroshitsuji. So I haven't seen it.
Let me look closer.
Yeah, that's CL and that's the butler guy.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
Attack on Titties. I assume this is the first season because it looks like the image for the first season. Low tier. I'm not going to completely rag on it and give it shit tier. It's entertaining at moments. The action animation is legitimately incredible. But, I mean, the show is just boring and kind of ass. Bakano. I used to be like...
I'd give it mid-tier.
Mid-tier?
Like a high mid-tier.
I give it high tier for sure. I enjoyed it. We just rewatched it not that long ago. And I think I still gave it like a 8, or make like a strong 7 to a light 8. I mean, it was one of my top 5 for a very long time, and that's because of the aesthetic of the characters, just the fact that it's this crazy violent thing about immortals. Like, it's very much my aesthetic, basically, is what I'm trying to say, and it has a lot of my favorite actors in it. But yeah, watching it again, the plot is just so thin, and like they definitely tried to use the whole like all the multiple timelines thing to make it seem more like more was going on than was, but really not that much is going on. But I still have to put it in high tier because it's too influential for me.
Yeah, I liked it, but I just like I can't help but compare it to Durarara, and
Durarara is better.
I like Durarara,
and I didn't think that
better.
Back at the time when Durarara came out. I considered it to be an inferior Bakano because I was so into Bakano, and Durarara doesn't have that. I thought of Bakano as very tight, and then returning to it, I realized that it was not that tight. Like that, it had a lot of unnecessary shit that didn't need to be there, and Durarara, while it's not as like pacing wise as tight, it is everything that happens is just more interesting in general.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I would probably say too.
Barakamon, I really, really love. I would put it in probably top tier. We have to watch it sometime. It's first of all, really hilarious. Second of all, a great exploration of the angst of a young artist trying to better himself and being really pissed off all the time.
Yeah, I would probably put Bakano in high tier. I just would put Durarara higher, but I wouldn't put it in top tier.
You're right. I would put them both in high tier, but they'd be a different strata of high tier.
Yeah, but I think that's fine.
It's like because I've got a lot of stuff in this high tier that I would give a 7, and a lot of stuff that I would give an 8.
Yeah.
In top tier, I have some stuff I would give an 8, and some stuff I would give a 9. In God tier, I have some stuff I would give a 9, and some stuff I would give a 10. Mm-hmm. So it's all kind of a range, you know. Anyway, Chihaya Furu. I've only seen the first episode. It was good. I definitely would be interested in watching more of it.
Me too.
A lot of people consider it one of the best sports anime, so it also looks really nice. Anyway, do you know anything about Barakamon?
Is a poster on your wall?
All right. Let me sell you on it. All right. The way the show begins is that this guy, the main character, he is a calligraphy artist, and he's 20 years old. And he's supposed to be this I think his dad is famous, so everybody's expecting him to be the next big thing. Mm-hmm. And he has this installation at a museum, and this famous critic, this super old guy who's very pomp and circumstance, he comes in and he looks at it and he's like, this is shit. And so he punches him in the fucking face. He knocks him the fuck out. and the critic, I mean. He punches him in the fucking face and knocks him out. And so his dad sends him to this fuck-off island full of hicks in order to, you know, learn something. And he moves to a town full of fucking wacky, weird fucking hicks, and they fuck with him, and it's hilarious. And this little girl, this rambunctious little girl, becomes his best friend.
That sounds awesome.
It's delightful. It's really funny. Hoseki no Kunti, I'd give it high tier.
Yeah.
I think it has potential to be even better if the plot gets moving. I don't know if they're going to make another season of it. It's kind of been a while.
I hope they will. I want more.
But it was entertaining. Nazca, I think. This is Nazca, right?
Yeah, God tier.
Yeah. I'd put it in top tier. Because I can't say it's not as good as Princess Mononoke or Spirited Away. Like, you also haven't read the Nazca manga.
No, I know.
If you had read the manga, I really don't think you could consider the movie God tier. Because the manga just is... I mean,
you're probably
the
right.
movie is like the first volume and a half of a 7-volume epic.
I fucking love Nazca, though.
She's a great character.
I want to go see it again in theaters.
Well, I'm putting it in top tier. I think this is Madoka Rebellion, the third movie, which I would put in low tier. I am not that fond of the Madoka movie. You haven't seen the movie, right?
No, I've only seen the show.
The show I would put in high...
Me too, I'd put it in...
Yeah, probably high tier. Maybe even top if I rewatched it. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one.
But the movie...
You definitely have to rewatch it for the new show that comes out next season, right?
Oh, what? Is it like
Madoka.
one of the... It's one of like the mangas, right?
Because there's like a mobile game spinoff.
There are
right?
like 10 Madoka manga, like all with different characters.
It's like with aged up Madoka, and her outfit looks like dog shit.
Oh no, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, it is a mobile game or something.
We definitely have to rewatch it.
I haven't seen The Boy and the Beast. I'm surprised that it's in the top 100 because I've mostly heard like negative things
Probably
about
just
it.
because G-Kid fucking shills the hell out of it.
I mean, people usually tell me that the first 2/3 are great and then the last third really sucks, and I've heard that from a bunch of people. But I haven't seen it, so there we go. Mononoke, this is a show you badly need to see. One of the most like artsy, cool Japanese horror series. It's fucking awesome. Definitely top tier. I can't even really describe it to you. We just have to watch it. I think it was one of those that I always wanted to watch high. Because it would be a lot of fun to watch. Like, a lot. Dude, I would love to watch it on acid. That is like a show that would probably fucking break my whole brain in half on acid.
Be careful with that.
Alright, Koe no Katachi. I would put it in high tier.
Yeah, me too.
I felt like it was a little overhyped because it has issues of like trying to cram a whole manga into a movie, and a lot of the teen drama angst shit I didn't like, but I can't deny the high moments and just how incredible the fucking animation is. It looks insane. Oh boy, Shinsekai Yori, shit tier. Absolutely shit tier. That is like it's like a reverse engineered Reddit tier show. Like if Reddit had been around at the time, it would have been Reddit tier, I think. Anyway, I'm just making shit up now. I'm gonna piss
Reddit
people
tier.
off with this. I know people are gonna be fucking.
I talk about it on Reddit all the
keeps
time.
talking about Reddit. It's fucking an asshole. Psychopaths, definitely God tier. One of my favorites.
Hell yeah.
'Cause I feel I can always show my everything to you. It's really funny because I like the first OP more, but I associate the second one with Psychopaths more clearly. Like, the first OP, I'm just a fan of Link Toss My Segure, so, and just think of it as a cool song by them. The second one is just the Psychopaths OP. What the hell is this?
Is it Space Dandy?
No.
Is it...
Space Dandy does not get the credit it deserves from the Malon.
No, I can't. I'm really far from it. I just see a robot.
What the fuck even? It's like a guy in like a weird armor.
Is that what it is? Look at the top list.
It looks like it could possibly be like it looks like a modern Legend of Galactic Heroes, but not the modern Legend of Galactic Heroes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell it is. It didn't look familiar at all, so we're gonna have to find it. Oh boy. 'Cause I feel I can always show my everything to you. If this moment was for me, I try to hear.
Can you please stop?
My ear
voices I feel like I have sympathy for like domestic abusers when you say
the abusers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to beat me.
I want to punch you in the face. I'm sorry.
You always compliment my singing. When we're
That's
not
how you sing. You sound like Goofy, like a retarded Goofy.
While I find this fucking show.
Oh boy.
Try to hear, lend my ear.
Unsub,
voices
please,
inside,
unsub. Stop doing this to yourself, listeners.
If I can. Right, a lot of the stuff that we've ranked is down here in the 100 to 150 range, so maybe this was the top 150. Is it Yamato 2199 but under a different picture? I fucking cannot find this show. Like, none of this is... It's not Detective Conan, that's for sure. What in the flying fuck? What the fuck is this?
Alright, let me get a good look at it.
It definitely looks like some kind of space show. But the characters are in, like, armor. Bump up the fucking zoom on this bad boy. What in the fuck is this shit?
Right?
I don't know.
Look at the seasonal list from this year.
The seasonal list?
Yeah, like the seasonal list. Because a lot of the stuff is, like, seasonal.
There's definitely always recency bias.
Yeah.
But I don't, like, I mean, we've watched everything. Like, we know what's out from this year.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. It might be like a sequel to something. I have no idea.
Let's look at this again and more closely. Oh, God. Fucking Shelter. Fucking suck my dick. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's some Chinese shit.
Oh gosh.
Is this that one that was like the SAO?
Yeah,
but yeah,
right.
This is that one that Pedro made the video about.
The King's Avatar.
Okay, well I haven't seen that, obviously. So, there we go.
Can you fix it?
Oh,
it's too big.
All right.
Totoro's God tier.
Yeah, absolutely.
God tier.
Definitely.
You cannot change my mind on that.
Totoro. I have not seen Yamato 2199. I've heard it's good. Is this Grand Blue?
Yeah.
Shit tier. Not a good anime adaptation. Katanagatari, I would put in mid tier. I am open to a rewatch of it. I am open to potentially it being better than I remember, because a lot of people really love that show. Zen Huxtable, it's one of his top 5. But I don't know. Spice and Wolf, I don't know if this is season 1 or season 2. It kind of looks like it might be the season 2 art. In which case I haven't seen it, but we're just going to let it stand for season 1. I'll put it in high tier. I like it. It's fine. I have not seen this Romeo thing. It's been recommended to me before. I guess it's like it's like the highest rated World Masterpiece Theater show. Nothing else is in the top 100. So, I mean, Anne of Green Gables wasn't here, and that's like the most favorite one by most people. So,
does it have like yaoi underpinnings? Is that why?
I don't think so. I think that's just, I mean, it's based on a fucking old book. You know, they're all based on like 1800s, 1900s.
I just see two boys touching each other.
I think it's gay. like an epic adventure series or something.
That's pretty gay,
I don't know. Kids on the Slope, I only ever saw the first 2 episodes. Can't really make a judgment. And Mob Psycho 100. I think it might be fair to put it in top tier.
Definitely.
I think it's
top tier.
It's pretty fucking good.
I feel pretty good about this list.
Yeah. All right.
That's pretty great.
So if you like any of these things, you're clearly wrong. I feel like Promised Neverland doesn't deserve to be compared to this other stuff, honestly. Because the rest of these I have, and like, I mean, Maki we didn't even watch that much of for me to have strong feelings about it. But the rest of these I have like fairly strong feelings about. Maybe not so. Grand Blue is just like, Shigatsu, the first episode didn't like offend me, but some of these definitely were offensive.
Would you really say it's shit tier?
What, Shigatsu?
Yeah.
I mean, I
haven't seen any of it.
Based on the first
just, like,
episode, it was like
pretty.
the epitome of everything I hate in anime.
Right.
It's just pure cry porn melodrama.
Yeah.
Like, it's a show about a guy who falls in love with a girl and she has cancer and is gonna die.
Okay.
Like, that is it, you know?
But is it as bad as Pancreas?
Probably. I mean, Kraftsdwarf started his whole YouTube career by, I had made a video saying, like, someone needs to analyze the shows I hate. Because, like, if there's a show that I can't stand and you think it's great, I want to know why you think it's great and you can try to sell me on it. And he was like, all right, I'm going to do that for Shigatsu while Kimi no Uso rewatched the show and made a video about why it sucked.
Awful.
Yeah. It was really fucking funny.
That's pretty good.
All right. So this one is probably going to have a lot of I don't knows.
Okay, honestly, should I just, like, help you on the ones that I've seen? Because I'm, like, really hungry and I kind of want to make dinner.
Oh, well, you know what? Honestly, there's so many of these that I've never read, and so many of them that I've only read a little bit of. I don't think I'm qualified. So I'll leave this for somebody who's more qualified.
You can just pick the ones that you have read.
I haven't read much of, like, any of them. Like, my experience with most shonen manga is back when the Shonen Jump magazine was coming out in America, I would read that. So, like, whatever 8 or 9 were in there, I've read a bit more of. But, like, the most I've probably read of any of these is 12 volumes of Naruto. And, like, anything else, I've seen more of the anime.
Is Promised Neverland on here? Oh, Ginga Niger Boshigin. Which you can't... Okay. You can't even read the whole manga online without, like, paying for it. You have to, like, subscribe to, like, the Ginga Gallery or whatever. But the whole manga isn't translated and available, like, anywhere online.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and I mean, the scans are all, like, really poor quality. The manga won a ton of awards, but, like...
I have read all of Bakuman, and that's SS tier.
I'd probably give the Gin manga, like a B.
Yeah.
From what I've read, no. You gotta have the music. The music is skin crawling in Gin. I mean, I like it. And then is the Promised Neverland on here? Because that's, like, the only other one that, like, I'm caught up on.
I'm kind of shocked to realize this, that literally Bakuman is the only one I've read all the way through. Like, I've read a whole lot of Bleach. I've definitely read a lot more Bleach than Naruto. I've read, like, 200-something chapters of Bleach, and I do like Bleach. Up to the point I had read, because everybody has a different idea of when Bleach went to shit, but I think... Super Eyepatch Wolf's video made me feel like I had stopped right before it actually went to shit. So, you know, I feel lucky in that regard. But yeah, like, that's the most I've read is Bleach and fucking Bakuman. So
where would you put them?
I would put Bakuman at SS, Bleach at either...
Oh, there's an SS tier?
Yes, there's an SS tier.
Oh, boy.
So I'd put Bakuman at SS, Bleach at A, based on what I've read of it.
Yeah.
Everything else,
I'd put the Promised Neverland.
That's the difficult thing about shonen manga is that they usually change over the course of it. Yeah. So it's like there might be part you thought was amazing and part that you thought
I'd probably
was
give
terrible.
it a high B.